Hello, this is Jamie with Creations Misfit, and today I'm going to show you how to make a ghost pillow plushie. And here is the ghost. I'll put some pictures up of it so you can see the whole thing. I just have a small work area here. But so this is not like the most perfect pattern, but it turned out really cute, I think. I worked it up so many different times, and this is the best I could come up with, but I do like the final outcome, so I hope that you'll stick with me with it. It's not difficult, it's just, it probably could be a little better if I had more time to spend on it, but Halloween is coming, and I wanted to get this out. It was like my main thing I wanted to do this year, so here we go. So what you will need is a 7mm hook, as well as a 4mm hook for the eyes and mouth if you choose to crochet those. You can also use safety eyes. I did that for the first go around with this, and I just didn't really like the safety eyes with the crocheted mouth. It didn't look as good to me, so I ended up crocheting everything. And then you will need some scissors and a yarn needle to sew in your ends. And you'll need a few stitch markers or just like a piece of yarn, something like that. We're just going to use one for the most part, but at one point you will need about 4. Okay, you'll need a little bit of black yarn for the eyes and the mouth. I'm not sure how much I used, maybe 20 yards, something like that. And then for the actual ghost, I used size 6 super bulky yarn, and I used about 150 yards. And this one that I'm using is Big Twist Cuddle from Joann's, which I don't know if they even make that anymore, but they have like a similar kind. I don't know if it's Plush or Posh or something. It's also very similar to Bernat Blanket yarn, which is what I mostly use as a size 6. It's like a chenille polyester type yarn. And then you will need some polyfill to stuff your ghost. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with the white yarn and our 7mm hook. I know that white is not the easiest yarn to follow, so I did a background in black, and hopefully that will be helpful because I didn't really want to make the ghost in another color other than white. All right, so to start, we are going to do a slip knot, and then we're going to chain up 23. And you could go ahead and do that off camera and pause the video, and we'll come back when we both have chained 23. Also, if you don't want to hear me, if you don't want to listen to my voice, you could just mute me. I'm going to have all of the instructions written up on the screen as well. And if I go too fast or too slow, you can choose to change the speed of the video in the settings. It will ask you if you want to do faster or slower. Okay, so go ahead and chain up 23, and then I will see you back here. Okay, now we are going to start in this. I have Halloween nails. If we're going to start in the second chain from the hook, so not this very first one here, but the second chain, we're going to do 2 single crochet. And I want you to mark your very first single crochet, just to keep track because we're going to go around. All right, so then do 1 more single inside the same stitch there. All right, and then from there, let me look at I have my pattern written here, so just bear with me. From there, we are going to single crochet in the next 20 chains. All right, so just go 1 single crochet in each of the next 20, and I will meet you back here after that. Okay, I did my 20, and you should have 1 stitch left, and we're going to do 6 single crochet into that last chain there. 1, oops, 2, 3, and this should kind of turn around for you because then we're going to start working on the other side. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now we are going to work on the underneath part so that we just go around kind of in a long circle. And sometimes this can be hard to see the back because it's the bottom part of the chain that we started in. But here is where we just did our 6. So you're going to go into the next one, and you can kind of see like the hole right there. All right, we're going to do 20 single crochet down this side, just like the other side. So there's 1, 2, 3, and just go ahead and do your 20, and you should have 1 stitch left at the end. So I'll meet you back there. Okay, and at the end here we have 1 stitch left, and you're going to do 2 single crochet into that last stitch. And then we will slip stitch to the very first where our stitch marker is. Now normally I would just keep going in the round without slip stitching, but when that happens, it kind of like keeps moving your stitch along, and when we want to put the arms in and stuff, we're going to be way off from where we need to be. So we're going to slip stitch after every round. Alright, so for round 2, we are going to start with a chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 single crochet into this very first stitch where our chain is, and I want you to mark the first stitch again. If you want, you don't have to, but with this yarn it's kind of easier to mark it. Okay, so go back into that same stitch and do another single crochet. And then in the next stitch, you're also going to do 2 single crochet. All right, and then from there, you're going to do 20 down this side again. So do 1 single crochet in each of the next 20 stitches, and I'll meet you back. All right, after your 20, we're going to do 2 single crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. So we'll do 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Whoops, sorry about that. 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, oops, and 2 in the sixth. And I know it's hard to see. If you're new to this yarn, it's kind of hard to see where you're going, but you'll get a feel for it. You can kind of feel the stitches as well because we're using a bigger hook. All right, and then we're going to do our 20 down the side here. So do 1 single crochet in each of the next 20 stitches. I'll meet you soon. All right, you should have 2 stitches left, and we're going to do 2 single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. And sometimes it looks like you have a little extra there, but that's just because we slip stitched and did our chain 1. And at the end here, you should have 60 stitches. So if you'd like to count just to make sure. But then we're going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet. And here's where we're at after round 2. So rounds 3 and 4 are really easy. We're just going to chain up 1, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Oh, sorry about that truck. All right, so we're going to do a single crochet and mark it, and then we're going to do 1 in every stitch around for this round, round 3, and round 4. So make sure that you have 60 after each round, and when you get to the end, you'll slip stitch, chain 1, and go around again for round 4. So I will meet you after round 4. Okay, we are at the end of round 4 here, 60 stitches, and we're going to start round 5. So to start round 5, you're going to chain up 1, and we're going to single crochet 2 together. So we're going to do a decrease, and if you're unfamiliar with that, you're just going to, it's really easy. You just go into that very first stitch like you're doing a single crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, and then we're going to go into the very next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 3 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3, and then mark that stitch. It's just 1 stitch because we put 2 together. So we're decreasing a little bit to kind of bring the body part in. And then we're going to single crochet in the next 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we are going to do another decrease. So single crochet 2 together, go into the first and pull up a loop, go into the second, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And then we will single crochet 13 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a pattern there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we will single crochet 2 together again, do a decrease, yarn over, or pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then we will single crochet 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, single crochet 2 together, do our decrease here, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then single crochet 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then you will slip stitch to the very first stitch. And at the end of round 5, you should have 56 stitches. Oh, wait. Sorry, I just, we're supposed to single crochet 2 together at the end. Let me just check really quick. Oh no, we're right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss a stitch. Okay, sorry, my handwriting was kind of messy on here and I just wanted to make sure. So everything I told you was right. All right, so starting with round 6, you're going to chain up 1, and then we are going to single crochet 2 together. So do a decrease right away in the beginning here, and mark that stitch. And then we're going to single crochet 12. And I'm just going to put the instructions on the screen so it's a little easier. So we'll do what we did the last round, but instead of the 13s, we're going to do 12. So I will put the instructions up. We're going to single crochet 2 together, or decrease, and then do 12, decrease 12, decrease 12, decrease 12, and then slip stitch for a total of 52 stitches. So you can go ahead and finish this round on your own, and I will meet you back after round 6. Okay, the end of round 6, you will slip stitch to the first, and you should have 52 stitches. Okay, so for rounds 7, 8, 9, and 10, you are just going to chain up 1, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So make sure that you are still marking your first stitch, and you're just going to do 50 single crochets all the way around. So this is round 7. You'll do it for 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then I will meet you after round 10. Yeah, okay, so I'll see you after round 10. Okay, I just finished up round 10. It should be looking something like this. And we're going to start with round 11. I just wanted to say something, like on the side, everybody crochets a little bit differently, but when we go in the round, even when we do a slip stitch to end, sometimes your stitches start like coming over this way or this way maybe, mine always start going over that way, so I get like a crease that goes like this. So in order to fix that, every so often, instead of starting in the first, like where my chain is, I'll start in the next stitch over just to move it that way. I still do the same number of stitches, but every so often I do that. So if you feel like yours is if you're starting to see a seam up the side, like crooked, you can do that. So for this last round, I did that. I just started one stitch over instead of the one where my chain was. I started this in the next stitch, and then when I came back around, my last stitch ended closer this way. I hope that makes sense. If you don't have a problem with it, just ignore what I said, but that's just something you could do if you find that your seam is off. Okay, so for round 11, we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to start with a decrease. So we're going to single crochet 2 together. So go ahead and do your decrease here, and then mark that stitch. And then after that, we are going to single crochet in the next 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to do a decrease again. So single crochet 2 together, and then we will single crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to do 2 decreases in a row. So we'll single crochet 2 together once, and then we're going to do it one more time. Single crochet 2 together, and then we will single crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, decrease, single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should have 2 single crochets left, and we will put those 2 together for a decrease. Okay, and then slip stitch to your first stitch, and that's the end of round 11, and we should have 46 stitches at the end of round 11. Okay, so for round 12, it's really easy. We're just going to chain up 1, and then we're going to do a single crochet in every stitch around. So make sure that you work that first stitch, and you'll do 1 single crochet in every stitch around for round 12, and you will have 46 stitches. So let's do ours off camera, and I'll meet you after round 12. And at the end of round 12, we will slip stitch to join with the very first stitch. And we will start round 13. Okay, so this kind of just, so far, like the bottom is a little wider, and then we're bringing it in. I was going to say like at the waist. I don't know if Ghost has a waist, but we're bringing it in. So now we're going to start moving back out. All right, so for round 13, let me just look at my paper here. Okay, we're going to chain 1, and in the first stitch, we're going to do 2 single crochet. So we're going to do an increase, but I want you to work the very first stitch there, that first single crochet, and then do another one in that same stitch. Okay, for an increase, and then we are going to single crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to do another increase. So we'll do 2 single crochet in this next stitch. And then we'll single crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do another increase. So 2 single crochet in this next stitch. And then we're going to do 1 more increase. So 2 single crochet in the next stitch. And then single crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Oh, I lost my hook. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to do our increase, single crochet 2 in this next stitch. And then single crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I think we do a increase, yeah, and then single crochet 2 in the last stitch, increase in the last stitch, and then slip stitch to the first. And you should have, I believe it's 52, oops, my goodness, I can't get that in. Okay, I think you should have, let me see, yep, 52 stitches at the end of round 13. Okay, so for rounds 14 and 15, we are just going to single crochet in every stitch around. So we will start with chain 1, and then single crochet, mark your stitch, and then we are going to single crochet all the way around and slip stitch when you get to the end, and then repeat. So this is round 14, and you'll do this for round 14 and 15, and at the end of each you'll have 52 stitches. Okay, and then I'm losing light here, so I'm going to stop for the night, and I will meet you back, and I'll start up the rest of it tomorrow with you, so I'll see you then. But go ahead and do your 2 rounds, and we'll start back up with round 16. Okay, hi, welcome back. New day for me, same day for you. So we just finished up round 15, so we should have 52 stitches all the way around. And we're going to start with round 16, and this is where we start the arms of the ghost. So what we're going to do is just kind of expand a little bit to start making the arms. So we will start with a chain 1, which I already did. And then we're going to do 2 half double crochet in this first stitch. We've been doing all singles so far. We're going to do 2 half double crochet in the very first stitch. So just go ahead and go in and make sure you mark your first one, because we're going to be doing some increases, so you want to make sure that you know where you started. And then do another half double crochet in that same stitch. All right, and then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to single crochet 16. We want to do 16 across here so that it's the front of the body again, until we get to the other arm. So go ahead and do your 16. I'll do mine and I'll meet you right back. Single crochets. Okay, after your 16 single crochets, we're going to do 2 half doubles in the next stitch. So we're going back to half double crochet, 2 in the same stitch. And then we are going to do half double crochet in the next four. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to do an increase again. So 2 half double crochet in the next. 1, 2 in the same stitch. And then we're going to do 4 half double crochet again, just regulars. So 1 half double in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to do your 16 single crochets again along the back. Oh, isn't that nice? They just tied this together, it looks like. Okay, so 16 single crochets, and I'll meet you back after that. After your 16 single crochets, we're going to do 2 half doubles in the next stitch. And then we will end with 1 half double in each of the last 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you will slip stitch to the very first stitch. And that will end round 16, and we have 56 stitches in that round. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to round 17. You're going to chain 1, and we are going to half double crochet in the first 6 stitches. So just place 1 in each of the first 6. And remember, we increased here, so just try to make sure you can find those stitches. You know, they'll be a little clumped at the beginning, but make sure you get into each one. So we're going to do 6. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to change to a single crochet and do the 16 again. So go ahead and do your 16, and I'll meet you right back. Okay, and then we're going to half double crochet 12 in the next 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's getting stuck. 11 and 12. And then you will do your 16 single crochets along the back. So do your 16 and I'll come right back. And then to finish up the round, we're going to half double crochet in the last 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you will slip stitch to the first. And at the end of round 17, we once again have 56 stitches. Okay, so for rounds 18, 19, 20, and 21, we're going to do exactly what we did for this last round because we're just building up the arms and getting ready to close those off so we can do the neck. So for the next 4 rounds, we're going to repeat round 17. I will put the instructions up here on the screen so you can just pause, do those 4 rounds, and then I will meet you back after round 21. Okay? Okay, quickly, I wanted to say too, I already finished my round 21, but hopefully you're still working. When you do round 21, if you'd like, I think that this would be very helpful. Mark your very first single crochet, like when we do the 16 across, mark the first of the 16 and the last of the 16 on both sides. And that will help when we move on to round 22 to start the arms, just to see where we're at. So you'll do your 6 half double crochet like normal, and then when you start the single crochets, we'll mark that one, and then when we'll mark the 16th one, do our 12 half double crochets around this side, mark the first of the 16, do 16, mark the last of the 16, and then finish up our 6. Okay, I think that will be really helpful to see where we're at with the arms. All right, so if you still need more time, go ahead and pause the video and finish up your round 21. I'm gonna, sorry about that, keep moving the camera. I'm going to go ahead and start with round 22 if you're ready. All right, so for round 22, we are going to start with a chain 1, and this is where we're going to make the arms. So we're going to half double crochet in the first 6, like we have been. And I still want you to mark that very first one. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then you'll see that you're coming up to, like, the next stitch would be the single crochet, but we're going to go around the back to do the arm. So here we're going to connect to the other side with a half double crochet, and if you have this marked, you know this is your last single crochet, so we need to go in the stitch next to that, because that's where our half doubles start. And you're just going to connect with a half double crochet. So just go ahead and yarn over like you normally would and go into the stitch next to the one that's marked and just do your half double crochet. And it will connect. Okay, and then we're going to turn our work. So that's our first of 6. So we need to do 5 more half double crochets to finish off this arm. So we'll do, this would be 2. I hope that makes sense because normally we do 6. We did 1 to connect. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the last one here. And then we're not going to slip stitch here. We're going to just like half double crochet around again. So that was round 22. We're going to move on to round 23, but we're not going to slip stitch and chain 1. We're just going to work in the round now to finish off the arm. So for round 23, we're just going to go into this first one and do a half double crochet. That's 1. And we're going to half double crochet in each stitch around. So we'll do 12 total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you can kind of turn as you go. Now this right here, we have to go into that because that was our stitch that we connected. So that's going to be our 7th one. So just go into that 7. Might have to flip your work if it's easier. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You should be back at the first stitch marker for round 23. So for round 23 we have 12 stitches. And then for round 24 we are going to finish off the arm by doing decreases. So we're going to just do a single crochet 2 together all the way around, and we'll do that 6 times. Or half double crochet, not single, I'm sorry. All right, so we're going to go into this first stitch and pull up a loop, and then we're going to go directly into the next one so that we can put them together and do a decrease. And pull up a loop, and you'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4, and you can mark that just to be safe. So that's our first decrease, and we need to do 6 all together. Okay, so our next one, go into both, yarn over, pull through all 4. That's 2, 3, 4, might have to flip your work. Oops. 5, and last one 6. Okay, and now I just go into that next stitch and do we're going to tie off here. I just go into that next stitch and do a slip stitch and then chain 1. But I want you to leave a long piece because we need to sew up, like this part here will be open. I'm sorry, I hope you can see all of this. This part here will be open when we start this part to do the neck, and we're going to have to close that up. So leave a long piece, like, I don't know, maybe even like 12 inches or something, just so we can get in there and tie off. Okay, so we are going to weave this in at the top here. So go ahead and grab your, where's my little, grab your yarn needle. Okay, go ahead and put your yarn on the needle. And to close up the top, we're just going to go through, we're going to go around each stitch here. And I usually go through like the front loop only. It doesn't matter. You can go through both loops. But just go underneath each stitch around. This was this was not my ideal way of doing the arms. I wanted to do it where I did not have to change the yarn over it all, but it just was not working. I tried so many things, and this was the best way I could come up with. That's why I said at the beginning, this isn't the best pattern, but I mean, I know a lot of people do them like this. It's just, I like to not have to take the yarn off. So you're going to want to pull that tight, but don't pull, like I can feel mine's going to break if I keep pulling it. And that's okay. If there's a little hole there, just go back and forth like underneath a couple stitches and pull, and it will close up. You could go one way and then the other to close up that top part. Okay, and then your arm should be closed. I'm going to go through one more. And then we're going to leave this on for now, like leave this piece attached. Don't cut that off yet because once we start the neck, we'll go through and close that up. All right, so just leave that long piece on there. And then we are going to move on to round 25. Okay, so for round 25, this is what you should have so far after round 24. We have one arm done. Our stitch markers are still in here. And that's where we're at. Okay, so we are going to attach our yarn on the other side to do the other arm. Now this was the last of our single crochets, so we want to attach in the next stitch, which would be where our half doubles start. So go ahead and just pull your yarn through, and then I do a chain 1 to secure it there. And we're just going to go around and do 12 half double crochet. So here's the first one. There's one, and I'm going to mark it. Where's my... Mark that first one. And then 2. And remember, we're doing half doubles, not singles here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And you should be right next to this stitch marker in the back. And for round 26, we're going to half double crochet around again for 12. So we have not closed this up yet. So what we're going to do is just do our very first half double as our closure there into that very first stitch. So it might feel a little funny, but where we just left off here, we're going to start round 26, and we're going to half double crochet around for 12 again. So just reach over and put yours into that first stitch there, and that's how we'll connect. There's one, and then there we go. Mark that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then for round 27, we are just going to close up like we did the other one with a round of decreases. So we're going to put 2 half double crochets together 6 times. So here we go with the first one. Go into this stitch and the next, put them together, pull through all 4, and mark that. There's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for the last. And then go ahead and slip stitch into the next, just to close off, and chain 1. And then leave a long tail and cut that yarn. And then you can pull that through. And then you'll just close up the top the same way by going underneath each stitch. So go ahead and close yours up, and then I'll meet you right back. All right, so you can take your needle out for now, but we're going to leave that on. And that's the hardest part of the whole pattern. So if you're still with me, you're doing great. And I know that's a little awkward to work with, but like I said, that was the best way I could figure out how to do it. So we are going to move on here to start the neck portion. And let me grab my yarn down here. We're just going to keep these on for like 2 more rounds, and then we should be able to close that up. So from here on out, it's a lot easier. We're going to reattach our yarn, and you can attach at any of these 4 points that you want. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to attach here. So we're going to go into the very first single crochet and reattach our yarn. And just do like a chain 1 to secure it there. And then we're going to just single crochet 32 stitches. So we're going to do all 16 here and go around to the back and do 16 in the back and then slip stitch. But I'll do this round with you just because it's still a little bit off from where we did the arms. So go into that very first stitch where we just attached our yarn and do your single crochet. That's 1, and you can mark that. And we won't need all these stitch markers after this round. And then we'll do 16 across. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then your 16th should be in that last marked stitch. Okay, 16. And then we have to come across to this side to do our 17th one. So you're just going to go right into that marked stitch. You can take that out, or today start your 16 from the other side, but it's going to be 17. So just go ahead and go across here and do your single crochet. All right, so that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and then 32 should be in the last marked stitch here. 32. And then we're going to just slip stitch to the very first where we marked our stitch over on the other side to close that neck part up. So slip stitch over there. And make sure you get into the stitch that was marked and not the chain one that we did to attach our yarn. Okay, so just slip stitch. And then that is the end of round 28. So for round 29, we're going to start with a chain one. And this round will be a lot easier to just go around because you don't have to connect anything. So we're going to just do 32 single crochet all the way around for round 29. Okay, so make sure you do your first one here, one, and then just do 32 all the way around and slip stitch when you get to the end, and I will meet you back after round 29. Okay, so I just finished round 29 and I did my slip stitch, and we should have 32 single crochets all the way around. Now I want you to just pull this for a minute because we're going to close up these arms and then start to stuff. So I don't want you to lose your spot here. All right, so to close up the arms, grab your needle again and thread one side of the arm. It's just easier to do it like this and besides waiting till the end. All right, so you see that there's a hole here, okay, from where we attached. So just kind of mosey your your needle down here to where the hole is. You could just go through a stitch or, yeah, like that. And then we're just going to go back and forth like to the side here from one side to the other to close that up. So you can go underneath a stitch here and go to the other side and pull it through. And then you'll just do it again, but maybe move down a little bit. Go through this side and go through a stitch on the other side and pull through. See how it's closing up nicely? And now we just have a little bit there. So just go through again, one side to the other, and close that up. Okay, mine looks pretty good there. If you want to go one more time, that's fine. You can go from one side to the other. Try not to make it too like bulky or tight so that it loses its shape, but that should be good. And then you can just, put your needle through to the other side if you want. Sorry, I've got all this stuff going on now. I just put it underneath my... Yeah, don't get it tangled. And then you could probably just cut it there and it would be fine, but I'm just going to go underneath this, like one of these stitches here, and do a little knot just to make sure that it's secured. And then you can cut your yarn. Okay, so you'll want to do the same thing for the other side, for the other arm, and then we will be done with those arms. Okay, so go ahead and do your other side, and then you can start stuffing. So just make sure that you stuff all the way to the bottom, and this is really a good time to shape it how you want. See how when I made my first one, I made it like a boxy kind of look because I wanted it to look like a pillow, but everybody I showed, like family members and stuff, they're like, I think it needs to be, more shaped or something. It looks too boxy. So that's why I did the bottom to be wider and then come in. And when you stuff it, just make sure that you get all the way to the bottom corners so that this actually pulls out, and stuff it as much as you'd like, and then stuff the arms as well. And I'll come back when I'm done stuffing that portion just to show you. But go ahead and close up your other arm and then start stuffing, and I'll meet you back. Okay, I went ahead and stuffed mine really well. And make sure that you're getting up, like you have to stuff in here and then up all the way into the arms too. So they have a little bit of stuffing in there. But stuff however you like. Mine kind of looks like a turkey right now. Some people like it a little bit more full for like a plushy feel, or a little less for more of a pillow feel. It's completely up to you. So let's go ahead and finish this up. We just have the head to do now. So reattach, or put your hook back in. We had pulled this way out. And we're going to start with round 30 here. So on this, we are about right here. And this was kind of like pulled in, so we're going to start increasing a little bit to make the head a little bit wider than just the neck area. All right, so let's chain up one. And now this is going to be kind of awkward because it's stuffed and we have a whole body that we have to carry with us. So just bear with me on that. And I have stuffing all over the table. All right, so we are going to start with 2 single crochets in this very first stitch. So we're going to increase right away. And it does feel a little weird because you have this arm in the way. And make sure that you mark that first stitch. And then do 1 more single crochet in that same stitch. Okay, and then we are going to single crochet 15. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sorry, this is really awkward to try and film. And then we're going to do another increase into the next. So you're going to do 2 single crochet into the next stitch. And then do 15 single crochet to finish off and a slip stitch. So I'll let you do that on your own. I'll meet you at the end of round 30. All right, after the slip stitch for round 30, you should have 34 stitches. And we're going to move on to round 31. So let's chain up 1, and then this round is very similar to the last. We're just going to start with an increase, so you'll do 2 single crochet into the first stitch, and then you'll single crochet 16, do an increase, 2 single crochet, and then finish up with 16 single crochets and a slip stitch. And then I will meet you back after round 31. And at the end of round 31, you should have 36 stitches. Slip stitch into the very first. Okay, so for rounds 32 through 37, we're going to do the same thing for each of these rounds, not the same as what we just did, but you're going to chain up 1, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So you will have 36, and you'll slip stitch when you get to the end. So just do that all for rounds 32 through 37. And then we'll start decreasing and we'll be done. So I will meet you back after round 37. Okay, back after round 37, and this is about what we should have. If you are going to do safety eyes instead of crocheted eyes, you might want to think about starting them somewhere around here. I'm not really sure because I'm not doing those, but just a thought if you're going to do safety eyes. I did have big, let me see. I had done like a prototype one here, and I used these big safety eyes, but it just didn't kind of match with this, I thought. So I'm going to do the crocheted eyes like this for ours. And I'll show you how to do those if you want, but just thought I should mention if you're doing safety eyes, you might want to think about starting those now. You can stuff a little bit now too if you want. We're going to start closing up the top, so we're going to do some decreases. And it might get a little harder to stuff at that point, but I'm just going to put a little bit in here. It's also kind of hard to work with it when there's too much stuffing in, so. Okay. All right, so going on to round 38, we're going to chain up 1, and then we are going to single crochet in the first 4 stitches. Make sure you mark that still. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do a single crochet decrease or single crochet 2 together. And that's going to be your pattern around. So just go ahead and do 4 regular single crochets and then a decrease and then slip stitch to the beginning, and you'll have 30 stitches after round 38. I'll meet you back. All right, and at the end of round 38, you'll have 30 stitches. So moving on to round 39, we're going to chain up 1, and then you're just going to single crochet all the way around. 1 single crochet in every stitch around, so you will have 30 at the end of round 39 as well. And I will meet you after that. Okay, slip stitch at the end of round 39, and you have 30 stitches. All right, we have just 3 rows left. So moving on to round 40, you're going to chain up 1, and then we're going to single crochet in the first 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, and then you will do a single crochet decrease or a single crochet 2 together, and that will be your pattern around. Single crochet 3 and then a decrease and slip stitch when you get to the end. You will have 24 stitches after round 40. All right, and after round 40, you'll have 24 stitches, and then we'll do round 41. You're going to chain up 1 and single crochet 2 together all the way around. We're going to do decreases all the way around. So just single crochet 2 together and mark that first one, and then we'll do them all the way around. So you should have 12. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I hope this worked out for you. Please feel free to leave comments below. Let me know how it worked for you, or who you're making it for, if you used any different colors, or what kind of embellishing you're choosing to do as far as eyes and mouth, things like that. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you here. I have a lot of video tutorials up free, obviously for YouTube, and I have a lot of stitch videos and all kinds of stuff. So please take a look if you're new to my channel, and if you'd like to subscribe, I'd love to have you. Also, please like and comment on this video if you can. It does help the algorithm, and I hate asking for stuff like that, but I want as many people, you know, to see my videos as possible, because I know a lot of people are visual learners, and I was a visual learner as well. And so I learned a lot on YouTube, so I like to try and give back and, you know, help other people too. So it always helps to have a like or a comment below. And I appreciate you being here. Also, if there's anything you'd like me to make, let me know in the comments and I'll try to get to that. All right, so we're going to slip stitch at the end here, and then go ahead and stuff. You could chain up 1, and then we just have 1 round left. So let's go ahead and finish stuffing as much as you'd like, and then we'll finish the last round. I also, if you make this or anything else on my channel, you can tag me. I am at Creations Misfit on Instagram and TikTok. I'd love to see your projects. Also, what was I going to say? Oh, I just did 2 other videos for Halloween things. I did a candy corn video, like a candy corn stuffy. I'll put a little picture up here. And then I did a small ghost. I did these yesterday. Here's the little ghost. And I have video tutorials for those up too. So I'll put the description, or I'll put the link in the description box below for both of those, if you'd like to make either of those. And okay, I think mine is stuffed pretty good. All right, so let's go to the very last round, which is round 42, and we're just going to do the same thing for round 42. We're going to single crochet 2 together all the way around, or decrease all the way around, and you should have 6 stitches when you're done here. So go ahead and do yours. I will meet you right back. Okay, when you get to the end, you can slip stitch and then just chain 1 and leave a long tail to close up the top. And we are done with this ghost. So if you are going to do your own embellishing as far as face and everything, I just want to say again, thank you so much. You finished the project. I hope it was helpful and not too difficult. A lot of my patterns are much better thought out than this. It's not that I didn't think about it. I worked really hard on it, but I just kept making prototypes, and it's like, it's a big project to keep taking out or redoing, and I wanted to make sure I got it out before Halloween, so I probably could have done a little bit better, but it worked out, so hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully it worked for you. But otherwise, yeah, thanks for being here. Like I said, please feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Creations Misfit, and let me see your projects if you make anything of mine. I have a lot of like stuff coming up too, but I have over 100 videos and always making more as far as pattern videos and stuff. So yeah, take a look. Maybe you'll find something you like. All right, so you could just kind of close up the top like we did the arms, and then just when you feel like you've closed it up enough, just put your hook or your needle through something, any of these stitches, and then you could like put it through the back of the head. I'm sorry, I keep going off camera here. And just pull through. Don't pull too tight because you don't want the head portion to come in. And then you can cut your yarn. So if you need to know how to make the eyes and mouth, I'm just going to, oh, there. So there's our ghost. Okay. And I'm just going to show you quickly. I know this video is getting kind of long, so I'm just going to put the instructions up. They're each, you'll want to get your black yarn. And, oh, where's the end here? Hold on one second. Okay, sorry, I wanted to put down something white since we're using black yarn here. For the eyes, to be honest, I mean, you might be better off doing your own. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do round or oval or what, but I just kind of followed the same pattern that I did for the other one. And I don't even think the stitch count is right. I will do one with you, but I don't know. This isn't like my best, like sewing stuff on and everything. I just do not like doing that kind of stuff. So anyway, this is what I did for mine. And even if it's off a little bit, that's okay because they don't have to be perfect. Even like, you know, two of them next to each other don't have to be perfect. So for this kind of project anyway. So all I did was I did a slip knot and I chained up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then starting in the second chain, I did a single crochet. And then I single crocheted 3 more. So 4 altogether. 2, 3, and 4. And in the very you should have 1 stitch left. Sorry, my yarn is stuck here. Okay, I'm going to get a little closer and pull my yarn. Okay, so you should have 1 chain left, and in that chain I did 2 single crochet. And then moving around the back side of the piece, I did 4 single crochet. There's 1, and this is, sorry if I didn't mention, this is with our 4mm hook. 2, 3, 4, and then there's like a very last little piece because we skipped that first chain, and you'll do 2 single crochet into that one, or just wherever you can find a spot. To be honest, like I said, it's not a huge deal. All right, and then for the second round I did 2 single crochet in the very first stitch. There's 1, 2, and then I single crocheted 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I did 2 single crochet in the next. 1, 2, and then single crocheted 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I did 2 single crochet in the last stitch. That may or may not be the last stitch, I don't know. And then for the final round, I did 2 single crochet in the first, and then I did 5 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I did 2 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, so an increase in each of those. There's the first increase, second increase, and third increase. Sorry, I'm not putting the words up because I don't even know if this is, you know, the right number or anything, so blindly follow if you choose. Okay, and then I did 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I did 2 single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches, so an increase in those last 2, and then slip stitch to the next, and tied off, and that was my eye. Now I also want to show you quickly for the mouth. You do it the same way, but then there's just one last round. So instead of doing your slip stitch and tie off there, for the 4th round you will do 2 single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So there's an increase in the first 2 stitches, and then single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on, let me look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, do 6 single crochets there. Okay, and then in the next 6 stitches, we're going to do an increase in each. So do 2 single crochet in the next 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. So an increase in these last 2. And then you can tie off. So then it's just bigger, you know, a little bigger than the eye. And make sure that you leave a long tail to sew on. And honestly, like, I know this video is getting really long, so I'm not going to go through sewing on because I am just not great at it. I'm sure you probably have a much better way, but here's where I just kind of put the eyes wherever, oh, sorry. I just put the eyes wherever they fit and sew those on. And then I just kind of pick up like a white stitch and then go through the top of the black and then come down the next black stitch, pick up a white stitch, go up through the black, and I do that all the way around. So I hope that's helpful. I'm sorry I'm not going through all of that, but truly you're better off on your own as when it comes to stitching things together. So I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for being here and enjoying or joining me on the ride, and I will see you in the next one.